Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Miss Brenner. I hope you're all doing well and staying happy and healthy. This video is for my 9th grade language arts learners and for my science fiction language arts learners. That can be in both modes of face-to-face learning or online learning. This slide presentation is going to go over my classroom expectations and behavioral tracking that applies to both virtual learning and face-to-face. So with that, please keep in mind that this information will be on the quiz that will be found in our folder, under week 1, and it will then be saved in the virtual classroom procedures. Alrighty, so we're going to start off talking about behavioral tracking, which I use a code system for. Now, behavioral tracking is the way that I keep it clear between you as a learner, myself as an instructor, and your guardian as to what behaviors I am seeing within the classroom that are not having a positive impact on your learning. So I will have a clipboard at the front of the classroom for every class that lists all of the students that I have, and this is how I log the different behaviors that I'm seeing. So IL stands for inappropriate language, OOS stands for out of seat, TM is throwing materials, IUT is inappropriate use of technology, P is for phone, ET is excessive talking, WO is walking out, HD is head down, NFD is not following directions, LTC is late to class. Now, all those codes can be written onto the clipboard in any kind of order. If a student were to get 3 of those codes at any point within a week, it could be all on the same day, it could be 3 different times throughout the week, but 3 of those codes equal an after-school detention. So the reason that I do that is so that way you are fully aware. You show up to class late on Monday because you overslept, then that is a code, and if you repeat that 2 other times throughout the week, or you do a different behavior that's on this list that is negatively impacting your learning, you will end up with a detention, and you are aware of how many codes you have that week so far and what you need to be doing to make sure that you have a good learning experience. If those behaviors reoccur multiple weeks over, so let's say week 1 you show up to class late 3 times, and then week 2 you show up to class late twice and you're playing on your phone throughout class on Thursday, those are repeat behaviors that we are seeing, and therefore we need to have a conference with, it might be a combination of admin, counselors, and your guardian. It just depends upon how severe the behavior is. But along with the detention that you're receiving both week 1 and week 2, you would then have a conference because of those repeat behaviors. So with that all in mind, we don't want to be having issues with these behaviors. Don't do these things. You won't end up with a detention, and you won't have to have a conference in the future. Some other things that fall into that behavioral tracking information is properly sending emails. I want to stress, even though it's in the netiquette agreement that you'll also see in another video, be respectful of everyone involved in your conversations in your emails. That means using starter phrases such as dear whoever the person is you're sending it to, good morning whoever the person is that you are sending it to, or other phrases such as we want to be respectful, so use a respectful tone within your writing. You want to make sure that you are sending a direct message as far as whatever issues or concerns you have, but you want to do it in a respectful manner. Also, identify directly your issue. So let's say you log in, you go to week 1, and the one video that you need to watch isn't properly working. I understand sometimes maybe the internet is slow. Maybe when I uploaded the video, it didn't load fully, and it looks good on my end, but it's not working on your end. That's okay. Contact me. I will fix it as quickly as possible. And I understand then that if you are having issues with it, you might need some extra time. Maybe an ed puzzle that is an audio video didn't load part 2 properly and it's glitching out. That's okay. We can extend time on things for technology issues, but please send me emails and be direct about exactly what video isn't working or what assignment isn't loading, what document isn't opening. Because if you just send me an email saying, hey, the video doesn't work, and that's it, you don't tell me what video, you don't tell me what class you're in, you don't tell me what week you're on, because maybe you were absent and you're doing late work. I'm not going to be able to fix the problem as quickly as I could if you told me directly. So please make sure you're doing those things. And then when you are done with your email, you're going to conclude your email with something like best wishes, whoever you are. Thank you, whoever you are. We want to be respectful. I will always be respectful of you in my emails. I'm expecting the best out of you as we work hard to build a learning community that is comforting and understanding, but is also direct and responsible. All right. So next thing, if you are an online learner, this does not directly apply to you, but if you should ever come into the school, these are things that you need to know. So we are respectful when we enter the learning environment. That means that we are on time. We use an inside voice. We are not screaming as we walk through the doorway. We are not slamming any doors. We are not hitting our hand on top of the door frame. We walk, we don't run, and we make sure that we use that we have our classroom materials. So if you are coming into the classroom, there is a table in the front that will have your class materials for the day if there should be any kind of paper copies that you need. As far as Pledge of Allegiance, this applies to my first block. We stand respectfully for the Pledge of Allegiance. After the pledge, you sit in your assigned seat and you listen quietly to the announcements. I'm not sure how the announcements are going to run this year yet, but no matter what, we're going to listen respectfully to those announcements, quietly. We are not playing on our phones. We are not sending Snapchats. We are not checking Snapchats or Instagram. We are listening respectfully. There's no talking during announcements. Our daily checklist, that you've picked up your materials, that you've checked the agenda slide that is projected on the front screen, that you've silenced your cell phone and put it away in your bag or in your pocket, that you are seated in your assigned seat, and that you're ready to learn and have a wonderful day. As far as the codes that were listed before, the reason that I do those behavioral codes, the reason that I have daily checklists and things of that manner is because I don't want to penalize everybody. I don't want to put everybody's cell phones in a bin at the front of the classroom and say, because maybe we've had bad experiences in the past with a singular student, no one can have their phone on their body. I don't want to do that. I want to give you the opportunity to show me that you are a responsible adult and that you are working towards being respectful of others. And so, this is our daily checklist that you silence your cell phone and put it away. It is only once there are behavioral issues that we will have to come up with a system that works specifically for a student in order to no longer have that behavioral issue. So once again with that, no cell phones. That comes with a warning, behavioral codes, and then a meeting as far as addressing issues with cell phones. Lastly, this does not apply to my online learners, but fire drills and evacuations, if you should be in the building and you happen to be in my room for a meeting of some sort. You're going to calmly wait for me as the teacher to gather any evacuation materials. That means that red backpack, the binder that has all your names and information in it, clipboard, anything of that manner. We are not running out of the classroom. You are not going to line up at the door. You're going to stay in your seat until I announce that you are ready to leave. Then we will leave the classroom in a single file line. We are going to take the side door that goes out to the track. However, the school is under construction, and when I'm making this video, it is August, so please be flexible in the fact that by Christmas time, we might have to go out a different door. Walk calmly towards the track field and wait for your teacher for further instructions. Alrighty, and those are all of our classroom expectations and behavioral tracking information. Please remember that this information will be on the quiz, so you are welcome to reference back to this video, but please keep all these things in mind. Alrighty guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.